Hey y'all, it's Lizzie with lizzieandaaron.com, and I am going to take y'all through how to make a really cute piece of Valentine's decor. I think that it's something that could actually stay out all the time because we're going to use neutral colors, but let me just take you through what we are going to use. I picked up these little wood cutouts at Dollar General. They were $1 each. They said they had two different kinds, and one said love, and then they had another that said dream. They come like this, the natural wood color. We're going to use a 12-inch piece of scrap wood. This is a 2x4. We're going to use white apple barrel paint and the Waverly Antique wax from Walmart. So you can get both of these from Walmart. Dollar General, scrap wood, and I think that's just about it. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with painting our 2x4 white with our white apple barrel paint. I'm just going to use a foam brush right here just to get it on there. Doesn't need to be perfect. This apple barrel paint covers pretty well. And like I said, we're not worried about it being perfect because we're going to distress it a little bit. So if it's not, if you can still see some of the wood through and everything, that's okay. You get pretty solid coverage though. Using the foam brush just helps it get into the little grooves in some areas. But you could really use any type of paintbrush that you have around the house. Just doing the edges, not worried about the back, just doing all the edges in the front. Just like that. Whoop, I touched it. All the edges. I gotta get it to where I can see it. There you go. There you go. So that's the kind of coverage we're looking for. All right, so we got all the side edges. We've got the front of it. And then we just need to let it dry. But I already have one here that's painted and is dry. So I'm going to get that out right now. And the next thing that we're going to do is work on our love. And we are going to use the Waverly Antique Glaze wax, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to just get it on there and stain it dark. So I think the contrast is going to be super nice between the two. And again, we don't need it to be like perfect coverage. We just want to get it on there. I'm just using like a little craft paintbrush that will help me get into some of the holes here. Make sure that you get all of the parts that you think you'll be able to see. So that's going to be the top, the bottom, and then inside some of the letters. You'll want to get in there. These are kind of, they're not hard to paint, but it can be tedious. Like the dream word had a lot of little nooks and crannies to get, and so it took a little longer. This one's a little bit easier because it only has the 4 letters, so it's not quite so bad compared to the other, but it's all right. You can just pop some music on and get in there, get it painted, put on a good show or something. I like to put on a movie, a A lot of the times I'm just kind of keeping my eyes on my kiddo though, because she's running around the craft room acting crazy. And so I got to keep my eyes on her, so I can't really watch anything else. Because we're crafting and momming at the same time. And that means that we can't really have anything else on. But if Mr. Lizzie's home, then we get a movie going, get some music going, and we have some craft therapy. So it doesn't bother me doing things like this. If it does bother you and you don't have the patience or the time or don't want to fuss with doing this with the brush, with the wax, you could just take some brown spray paint. If you're okay with a more solid look, and you could just spray it and get it in there a lot faster that way. Of course, that would go a ton faster. Just make sure you do it like in a garage or well ventilated area, somewhere with the door open, windows open, something like that. Don't be spray painting inside the house or anything. And we're almost done. We just got right there. Then we're gonna have the top of our arrow, and we've got the bottom here. I'm making a mess. That's the story of my life, and I have a 2-year-old, so it's nothing that I'm not used to. I'm used to quite big messes around here. All right. Last little part. And it looks like kind of chunky in some places, but that's okay, because I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Right, I am happy with that. So I'm going to put that aside. Now I'm going to just take a paper towel that I have right here, and I'm going to go over it. So that's why I wasn't worried about it being thicker in some areas or hitting every single little bit. I'm taking my paper towel, getting in the grooves, wiping away any excess, and it's going to give it a more weathered look. Now, if you did opt to use like spray paint, you'd have to work with some sandpaper or like emery board to get in the grooves, to get the more weathered look. Sand it really well. But if you could just take the paper towel to it, it kind of just lets some of the wood show through. And it looks like that. I'm going to set that aside and let it dry a little. See the mess I made right here. And we're going to take our 2x4 and our sanding sponge, and I'm going to start just sanding the edges and distressing my board. Just like that. I'm just letting some of the natural wood color come through. I'm going to do that on my sides and on my edges. And y'all, this is almost done. The last bit of it is just gonna wipe it off. I could take like a baby wipe and we'll just wipe it off a little bit. Get all the dust off of it. The last thing that we're gonna do is take our glue gun and our love word that we just stained. We're gonna put glue. I'm using a high temp glue gun so it doesn't dry on me, dry fast on me. And I'm just going all the way through every bit of it. I'm going to take that and just glue it down to my board. Make sure I have it kind of centered and as straight as possible. And there we go. That's all we did, y'all. That's all we're gonna do. You could add some raffia or a bow to it if you like that sort of thing. I think I'm going to leave mine just like this. I like how neutral it is. I think it's beautiful. It was really simple. If you make anything like it, or you're inspired by this craft, make sure that you send us pictures, because we love seeing it when y'all do. You can check out the blog post on this at lizzieandaaron.com, and it'll also be posted in the description. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Bye.